Hello, sisters. Welcome to the Sacred Medicine Podcast, weaving powerful, soulful practices into functional medicine. Step into this beautiful space of devotion and explore everything from nurturing foods, rituals, sexuality, and awakening your innate sensuality. It is time to own your radiance. This is the Sacred Medicine Podcast. Welcome back to another week of Women's Wednesday. So this is going to be part 2 of the 4-part mini-series all about lupus. So I want to bring forth some really common questions that I hear so much from lupus, women with lupus specifically, since I tend to work more with women. And one of them tends to be, should I start methotrexate or biologic to help treat my lupus? So this is a hard question since I am not your practitioner or your provider, your medical provider. It's a little hard for me to answer this, but I do want to I just want you to kind of think outside the box a little bit because yes, biologics are sort of the latest in treating lupus, according to some practitioners out there. And what it does is that it quiets your immune system significantly. It just lowers everything. So your body stops. This is the point of it. So your body sort of stops attacking itself. It lowers your immune system. And that possibly has worked for some people, but I also hear from so many women complaining about how they're not feeling any better at all. They're still having the joint pain, the swelling, the inflammation, the fatigue. And what I want to talk about today is not like which biologic is the best one out there. Or do you do methotrexate for how long and how much are you going to take it for? This video is all about talking to you about looking outside the box a little bit. And that means that maybe you are looking down other avenues rather than that being sort of like the last thing that you do, or maybe for some it's one of the first things you do, which I don't know about that. I don't think that jumping into a biologic straight away is the thing to do. But if you're seeing rheumatologists, I think that they tend to focus on lots of meds, lots of band-aids, lots of let's get rid of that pain. But the irony is that women have been on it and they still feel like shit. They're not feeling any better. It's not healing anything, right? You're hoping that it'll quiet down your immune system so you can get through your day, right? But the problem is that how long are you going to be on a biologic for? For the rest of your life, you're going to be hooked up to an IV every so often? Or is it supposed to get you through your flares or something? It is not something that I work with. I have never, and I will never try to, or I will never say, yes, go for it. A biologic is like the best thing for you right now. Those words would never come out of my mouth. Because I know what actually will help you get out of that flare. I'm not saying that medication, and maybe you need some prednisone if you're in a major flare. Maybe you need some, anti-inflammatories that will get you through. And because I've been there. Okay, trust me, I've been there. I had all the pain and I had all of the major symptoms. And yes, I had to be on Cellcept for a little while. I think it was like maybe 9 months. I don't think it was any more than a year. And the reason why is because I discovered so many things when I did my own testing. And as a nurse practitioner, I have the ability to order tests myself. I can go draw my blood. So I did a lot of functional testing. And by that, I mean, I did DNA test. I did to see if I had actually a sensitivity to gluten. I did stool testing. I did a lot of tests. I checked all my hormones. I checked all my vitamin deficiencies. I mean, the list goes on. But these are all things that were beyond the scope of a rheumatologist. And what I mean by that is that rheumatologists are not functional medicine providers. They're trained in a certain way. They're not trained in functional medicine. They don't teach functional medicine in medical school. So I had to learn so many things on my journey with lupus. And I discovered so many things about my body and what was going on. And it wasn't lacking a biologic. It wasn't lacking methotrexate. I understand that these things are available for some and may help some. Yes, absolutely. But my belief is that when you discover your root cause of your flare, of your autoimmunity, then we can proactively treat those things. Reverse your nutritional deficiencies. If you don't think that you have a nutritional deficiency and you have a chronic illness, you are sadly mistaken. Your body cannot go through a chronic illness and pain and the stress of the whole picture of lupus and autoimmunity and all of that and not become chronically depleted beyond. And then you have such a depleted body, and then you add in a biologic to the mix to an already depleted body. A biologic is not like this vitality in an IV, an IV bag. It's like the secret, the miracle, the most potent nutritional component that that's beautifully going to just flow into your veins and just, get rid of everything. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I could say that for IV vitamin infusions. Absolutely. I would never say that about a biologic. There are so many things that have been left uncovered that we don't know what's actually going on in your body, right? We don't know if you've got like some candida or parasites in your digestive system that's causing you, in your gut, that's causing this autoimmunity to occur. We don't know because guess what? Nobody's checking your stool. Nobody's checking it the way functional medicine providers check it. If you think that submitting a stool sample and it going to a regular local lab like Quest or LabCorp or something like that, again, you're sadly mistaken because they don't pick up not even a quarter of what's really going on in there. Not compared to the 6 pages I get back on the stool sample kits that I send to my patients. Absolutely not. Not even close. It's not even, you can't even compare the two. So if you think that ordering a stool, can we get a stool sample from your doctor? It's not going to be the same. No, it won't show how much, it may show a parasite and possibly, but will it show how much good and bad bacteria there is? Will it show the autoimmune strains that you have present in your stool? Absolutely not. Will it show, let's see, that you need a digestive enzyme or not? No, it won't, it won't, it just can't. So what I'm saying is before you ask the question, should I go on methotrexate? My doctor's recommending a biologic. What should I do? I hear this question so much. My answer to you is this. Actually, there's a couple of different answers to this. I don't know where you are in this whole, I don't know what your lupus journey looks like. I don't know if you're lying in a hospital bed or if you're at home sort of getting through the day. Not great, but you're sort of doing okay. Feel, pain, but you're not in a hospital right now. If you were in a hospital, I would say, listen, conventional medicine, yes, let them get you out of that flare. But if you've been okay and sort of getting through the day, but you're not really feeling your best, I would say look at other things that are going on. Have them draw a nutritional panel. Do you have any chronic infections, in your gut or wherever? Your Epstein-Barr virus, is that kicking up again? What's going on? I mean, I literally do at least 9 pages of blood work. 9 pages. 6 to 9, easily. I uncover so much during a session with my patients that no one's even ever checked in their entire life. And that's the thing. The thing isn't, you have lupus? Okay, well, do you want to try this biologic? We're going to try this biologic. You can get these infusions. No, I wouldn't jump to that. I would find someone that is going to sit with you for an hour to an hour and a half and listen to your entire story and every single symptom that you have. If you don't have a provider that asks you, what's your social circle like? How close are you with your family? What do you do for a living? What brings you joy? What are you feeling? How are you eating? Tell me a typical breakfast, lunch, and dinner. How are you sleeping? How many hours per night? How many mercury fillings do you have? It goes on and on and on and on. If nobody's asking you those questions, they should. And functional medicine providers, naturopaths, we ask those questions. So I want you to know that it's not just about the bandaid of a biologic. And I'm not saying all medication. You certainly may need some steroids on board to decrease inflammation so your body doesn't attack other organs. Yes, I believe in a quick intervention if things are dire or about to get dire and you're in the midst of a flare. When things come down, find someone that can help you. Locally, there's a lot of functional medicine and naturopathic providers around in your area. I mean, they're everywhere. So look them up, Google someone in your area, and find out what they can test. Because we love to do tests. And I don't mean biopsies of your kidneys. I don't mean that kind of test. But let's look a little bit deeper into what's going on and why, so we can stop it. And that is possible, because that I've seen over and over and over again, and with myself as well. And if you don't know that I did write a book, and it's called From Flare to Fabulous, 25 Things You Must Do to Avoid Your Next Lupus Flare. In there, I wrote everything that I did so that I could be and have been flare-free for over a decade. I have no pain. I have no fatigue. I work. I sleep well. I eat extraordinarily well. I check on my labs. I check on any deficiencies. I check on things. So if you can't find anybody, maybe pick up the book. Do some of the suggestions there. There's a lot of dietary changes. You have to know that if you have an autoimmune condition, the biggest thing is going to be what you put in your mouth. That's huge. You're going to need to make some changes. But if you are eating fast foods and soda and French fries and all types of gluten and pizza and lots of milk and some sugar-filled cereal, that's not going to work. And if you think that just having a biologic and then you can continue to eat that way, not going to work. Not going to work. Your body is desperately needing nutrients. It's desperately how can it heal? It cannot heal with all that sugar. It cannot heal with all that gluten. It cannot heal with all that dairy. It just can't. And if you are listening to this and you're like, oh, hell no, I'm not going to stop my bread. Oh, hell no, I'm not going to stop my ice cream. Oh, hell no, I'm not going to stop this, that, and the other. Then maybe, I don't know, maybe you opt for the biologic. I don't know. But I'll tell you something, the biologic is it's not this miracle drug that's going to make you feel like you felt before all the way back before lupus started for you. I'm sorry, it's just not. It just can't. Because the body is not in lack of a biologic. It's in a lack of nutrients. It's in a lack of being fed properly. And so that's my spiel about what I think about biologics, methotrexate, and all those things. If you're laying in a hospital bed and you need them to treat you, absolutely, take the medication. But if you're not laying in a hospital bed right now and you're at home and you're just like, I just feel so tired. I can't get through the day. This is horrible. I'm like half asleep at work, or maybe you're not working, or maybe you're on disability. Pick up the book and read it and find out what are those things. Make a couple of changes. You need to make some changes here. There's no way that you can continue having fast foods and think that your body is going to be feeling and being at its most optimal. I mean, that's nuts. You just can't think that. I mean, I can't remember the last time I had a sip of soda. I would never consume McDonald's, even if it was for free. First of all, I'm gluten-free. But I wouldn't. Not even the salad. Oh my God, it's not organic. I mean, you're just getting a bowl filled with pesticides. I don't know. I'm not for fast foods on any level. And it's not going to work. There's no way around it. And if you're absolutely opposed to changing your diet or making any sort of major changes, then I don't know how you'll heal fully. Healing fully to be to feel the way you felt before lupus came into your life. It's possible. Absolutely. Absolutely possible. But you have to be open to making some changes. And I just think that everyone sort of feels the same way. Listen, trust me, I felt horrible when I was first diagnosed. I could barely walk. My feet were so swollen. Every single joint in my feet ached with pain when I took a step. I could barely even move. I was horribly anemic. I mean, all the things. I wasn't a mild case by any means. I had to be medi-flighted from one hospital to another in a helicopter. And I'll never forget those days. And like hell, those days will not come back, because I know what caused it, and I know how to maintain myself to be at my most optimal. It's all in the book. It really is. It's all in there. So I have 2 more sessions of this mini series coming up. I'm going to have one once a week. The first one was about lupus and rashes. This week is about biologics, methotrexate, to go on it or to not go on it. So join me next week as I bring in another episode of Lupus. I'm answering your questions. So have a beautiful rest of your day, wherever you're listening. I really hope that you are well and you are thriving. And I hope that you get the best help. And if you are looking to find someone in your area, just Google it. It'll, naturopath or functional medicine person that treats autoimmunity, that helps people with autoimmune conditions. Much love, many blessings to you all. Thank you so much for listening. Bye for now.